This is the land. These are the people who are one with this land. They are the first people, the Navajo, the Dene. The land and the people are one. The story of my people is spoken, sung, danced, and drummed. It is not written. It's a sacred story, not to be profaned by being locked in a book that is passed casually to others. Our story comes through our elders, the wise ones, who've lived long on this land, one with the bear and the deer, with the sheep we raised and the food we gather. The elders teach us to walk lightly on Mother Earth, whose body has been loaned to us as a gift. They know it is Mother Earth who gives us, for a little while, a place to walk and to eat, to gather and to sing. They teach us to treat Mother Earth with respect, to talk to Mother Earth. The spirit of this land is the spirit of my people, one with the land in this life and the next. A dozen years ago, we created Indigenous Ways as a nonprofit organization dedicated to discovering, preserving, and teaching the story of these lands and these people. By listening to the elders and their stories, we've traveled to a time before Europeans arrived on the land, when there were millions of Dene on this land, creating waterways, building dams, planting and harvesting crops, living always in harmony with Mother Earth. We've learned songs that we sing, poems we recite, dances that bring us along spiritual paths and into sacred rituals. I was raised on this land by my grandmother, beneath the shadow of Black Mountain. It was she who introduced me to the stories of Mother Earth and Father Sky, the stories with the stars in the sky, the Navajo astrology. She's the one who taught me to respect the four-leggeds, the winged ones, along with our ancestors who had come before me. She comforted me when I cried, fed me before she would eat herself. In cold winter nights, she wrapped us in quilts woven from the sheep's wool, crafted with symbols telling my ancestors' stories. My grandmother lives in the work of Indigenous Ways. When we sing, dance, tell stories of our people, she's there. She's here with us. She lives in our DNA because her spirit and the land are one. With time, the rich traditions and heritage of our people have been ravaged. Black coal that gives the mountain its name. A corporation came for the coal. 1964. The Navajo aquifer was needed to drain the mines. The springs and the wells dried up. The environmental impacts are still felt today. Corporations brought new people, and with them, new agonies. The mesa's air was no longer clean. Then came a pandemic, not the first. A reservation economy, already fragile, collapsed. A food chain dependent on distant suppliers dried up. Wash your hands, said the doctors. But how can a people wash their hands without running water? Protect your elders, said the doctors. But our families live together in a single dwelling on the mountain. How can we protect those who live among us? Of all those decimated by this pandemic, none have suffered more than the Dene people. For a decade, Indigenous Ways has brought the story of our people to our songs, our broadcasts, and our live events. But in this time of the pandemic, performances are not enough. We need to do more. And so, Indigenous Ways has begun relief runs to Black Mesa. We've found sources of water and brought them to the people of Black Mesa. They can drink water and wash hands with the use of hand washing stations. We've gathered truckloads of food and supplies and delivered them to the communities too deep in the mountains to be supplied by most others. We've sought and accepted donations from those who value not only our past, but our present. Not only our elders, their lessons, but also their lives. If there are those able to contribute to the relief runs of Indigenous Ways, your gifts would be welcome. Every gift is valued and goes for Black Mesa. If you are interested in our Indigenous stories and songs, they are available by visiting our website or by visiting with us in person. And if you're interested in participating in the work we do, we welcome your inquiries and your spirit of compassion. The land and the people of the land will thank you.